It's still the Daybreak Show on Rock City 101.9 FM. Yes, Citizens Forum this morning will be looking at business, looking at the industry and the economy. A lot of people have praised the Lagos model, the growth that has been achieved in the last 16, 18 years in Lagos as a result of successive administration building on what they have or what they inherited from the previous government. Of course, the development is spreading. If you look at the boundaries of Lagos and Ogun, you realize it. And just like so many people have described Ogun as the under the belly of Lagos, um, the gains of Lagos should also be the progress of Ogun. Yes, that's what we want to look at this morning. I'll also be taking a dive into the tax harmonization bill. We're still trying to actually get the State House of Assembly to come and give further clarification and explanation on some of the gray areas we have in this harmonization. But those who are feeling the pain, those who are wearing the shoes, they are the ones who know where it pinches. I'm talking about the various laws, taxes really, that they are being made to give to government in different guise and name and under different constituted authorities across the state. It's not just in Ogun State really. I've heard stories I've been faced with a near similar experience where I have to be stopped, harassed by local government officials, ministry officials in Oshun, in Oyo states, on some occasions that I travel. So it's not, but because here Ogun is what we know about, and that's where we can point at some issues. That's why we'll stay focused here in Ogun State. Dele Ayodo is my name.
And I am Tobi Joseph. You're welcome on board.
Yes, straight on, we have somebody who is qualified, who's been neat. You've been in Ogun business, in the organized private sector in Ogun, at least for close to 30 years as an industrialist there. Former chairman, Ogun State Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, OGUNCCIMA, and MD Pyramid Bank at Bara here in Ogun State, Prince Bayo Kujenyo. You are welcome to the Daybreak Show.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Prince Kujenyo, first, let's start from the so-called more talk about synergy. You are in Agbara boundary with Lagos State and across other areas of the state. Is it true that Ogun is missing anything, or Ogun should have gained or tapped into some things from Lagos?
Well, Ogun is gaining a lot from the presence of their situation where they are, the geographical position of Agbara, in the sense that most of the industries in Lagos that were feeling too much heat rushed down to Agbara. Agbara today is the biggest industrial city or town in Nigeria.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria, yes, in Nigeria. Within Agbara axis, we have over 100 industries, more than 130 industries within Agbara alone. And you talk of the big industries, you talk of Nestle, you talk of P&G, you talk of Unilever, GSK, African Fertilizer, flour mills,
and
many more. And but Ogun is not yet tapping sufficiently because of the roads. The infrastructure there is very bad. Unfortunately, we are caught up in between. The major road is belongs to the federal government, and the other roads belong to the state government. But the major road belongs to federal government, and we are really suffering it because the federal government is not coming to our aid. The state government says they don't have sufficient funds to do the road. So we are just there. But I tell you, if the state government had taken uh, some action earlier to make sure that it doesn't get to that level, maybe more industries would have even come in there. If the roads are good, more industries will come in because you have the gas pipeline there, which is one of the things most industries are looking for because they generate electricity by themselves. So you will not want to go to a place where you'll be running your generator on diesel because it's expensive. But Agbara Axis has the gas pipeline. They have Shell. They also have the national gas. So they have advantage of.
That's why these industries are.
Yes, that's why the industries have really expanded very rapidly in the last 8 years. When the new administration came in, or the administration came in, there were fewer industries. But now, I mean, in the last 7 years now, I would say, I think we've had over in excess of 70 industries. I'm sure the government itself is not really aware of how many industries came up during their period. But in Agbara Axis alone, we have well over 70 industries.
Okay, sir, because we are still in Agbara now, let's look at the Guangdong project also in that area. Um, has that also not been a gain for Ogun, aside from these private industries and the bad road to sell? But the Guangdong project has also assisted, and which is an advantage for Ogun over Lagos.
It is. The Ogun Guangdong Free Trade Zone is the only free trade zone in this country today that is really functional. They are in, at least you have about 26 industries that are operational. They are really doing their manufacturing. Other free trade zones are just importing, and they've not really actually started full manufacturing. But in Ogun Guangdong Free Trade Zone, they have started manufacturing and they are expanding. But again, the roads. But thank God, the management of the Free Trade Zone, in conjunction with the Ogun State government, want to do the road. And by the time they do the road, they want to tow it so that they can get their money back. Um, so that's and it's a big advantage. They have excess land. They have a lot of investors coming in. They want to come into the zone because they now see that it is real, that the zone is functioning.
Okay, it's good you talked about tolling of roads. A lot of people have some kind of apprehension when we talk about tolling of roads, but some have argued in favor that that is the only way forward if we want to maintain these roads and make it less dilapidated, whereby governments, successive government will have to reconstruct and carry out major rehabilitations. How do we convince the people and of course the private sector who can also be part of this construction and of course the tolling?
Well, construction of road is business. You cannot spend money to uh, construct roads and not be sure of how you are going to get your money back. Actually, infrastructure is government is supposed to provide this infrastructure. But if we leave government alone to do it, we might be deceiving ourselves because it's a lot of money. to do it. With the resources they have, Ogun State is a very, very wide area. It's unlike Lagos State. Lagos State is a small area. They don't have much. They have many roads to. They don't have many roads to cover as much as Ogun State, and they generate more funds than Ogun State. If we even Lagos State concession some roads to be constructed and towed, because that's the only way by which you can get rapid development, in essence.
So you are suggesting that that kind of such road like the Agbara one you have complained on can be concession by the government.
Yes.
But again, would that not increase the cost? Because like if you concession, you just talk about your business, they have the movement in and out by private and industrial vehicles will have to be increased.
I tell you one thing. If you care to go to Agbara and interview anybody there, they will tell you that every week you have trucks falling down, containers falling down, and these are costs to industries. I mean, if you import your good, your raw materials from, let's say, from Germany, it came in successfully at the port, you've paid duty, you've cleared it, it's just half a kilometer to your factory, and the container bringing it fell down, and the goods got damaged. It's taking you over 2 months to get the goods from the time you paid, and now the goods came and you've lost it. Is it not better for you if the roads are good and you have to pay some token? I mean, the towing it is not going to cost an arm and a leg. I mean, but because there are so many people that will use it, then the little monies that individuals pay, when you add it up together, becomes big money. And at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation, because then you are sure that your goods will come in, your finished products will go out, your raw materials will come in unhindered. But in a situation where you are not even sure, the goods have left the factory and it didn't get to its destination because it fell on the road, and the hoodlums will come and start pilfering taking as much as they can take on the road. You are losing money. You can say talk of insurance, yes, but when it gets too much, the insurance will not want to take care of such things.
All right, Prince, let's look at some collaborative ventures that Ogun State and Lagos State could enter into, and that could actually make the two states compete healthily, and of course will rub off positively on Ogun State, being a boundary state.
Yes, Ogun State is trying to copy Lagos State in terms of taxes, levies, and so many other things. But I don't think they are doing it the right way. Yes, Lagos State says, okay, you pay this, you pay this, you see what they are doing with your taxes. In Ogun State, apart from the infrastructural developments in some few areas like Abeokuta, Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode, you don't see other presence of physical infrastructures in other areas. Agbara axis, for example, like I said earlier, is the industrial hub of Ogun State, and it is it has the largest number of concentration of industries anywhere in Nigeria, and yet you don't have infrastructures there. So if you now want to compare Lagos with Ogun in such an area, you might not really be talking well. people will not take you serious. But I think by and large we will get there.
Okay, since we started talking on tax, we've heard reports that Ogun State is trying to change this perception on the versus tax management, like you said, trying to harmonize the different taxes. And how has that changed positively or effectively affect companies?
Well, on paper, the harmonization is there, but in practical or in practice, the harmonization is not there. If you, a lot of the industries are complaining of so many illegal toll collectors on the roads, and government has said no, they are not supposed to be there, but nobody is taking action. You say they are not supposed to be there, but they are there.
They are still there.
They are still there. From Ogun free trade zone to Lusada to Agbara, you might pay close to 15,000-20,000 naira to illegal toll collectors, and maybe what government is asking for is just 1,000 naira. But 1,000 naira going to government, all the industries will pay. They will gladly pay it. They will even be asking you, please come and collect your money, come and collect your money. But where they pay this money, 1,000 naira, and they still have to pay 20,000 naira to other people, unknown people, and they collect these ones by force. Either they break their windscreen, break their side mirrors and all those things, beat them up, and nobody is taking any action about it. And the law is there that protects that. I mean, government came up with a law. There is also a law that says that if you stay on the road to collect money illegally, you are fined 50,000 naira or 3 years imprisonment. But the law is just there. It's not being enforced. Until it is enforced, then you cannot be talking of harmonization.
Now, when you talk about tax and payment of tax as against what obtains in Lagos, I recall vividly that a lot of Lagosians were willingly entering the banking halls to pay tax. How come that is not obtainable elsewhere, especially Ogun State? What exactly is it? Is it that people just don't believe that they are supposed to carry out this obligation, or is it only supposed to be those who are gainfully employed or who are working with government or working with private institutions that are supposed to carry out this responsibility?
Yes, I said it earlier. Lagos has an advantage. The advantage they have is they have population. Their size is small. So they are, when they ask people to pay these taxes, they willingly go and pay because it's not high, it's not much. If it is too much, nobody will go and pay. But they were reasonable enough to make the thing reasonable, and people went to pay. And people are seeing what they are doing with this money. In the case of Ogun State has a larger area. The area of Ogun State compared to Lagos State is about 8 to 10 times. If you want to travel between one side of Ogun, between the eastern side of Ogun State and the western side of Ogun State, it will take you almost 5 hours. If you want to travel between the eastern side of Lagos State and the western side of Lagos State, if remove traffic, it will take you less than 1.5 hours. So you can see the difference in the size. So the amount that, and in Lagos State, they have different rates. They classify some areas as urban, suburban, and rural. But in Ogun State, they classify everything as same. For example, the rate they pay in Abeokuta is the same rate they pay in Agbara, is the same rate they pay in Ado. These are Adodo. They are not, you can't compare the two. Agbara is still a rural area or suburban area. even though it's an industrial area, but it's still a suburban
Urban
area.
area.
But if you now ask them to pay the same rate with the people in Abeokuta, that is not fair. Lagos State is not doing it that way. Ogun State should, yes, you want to copy, but you should find out how are they doing it, what are the things they are doing, how are they getting it, how are they doing it right, that people are just willingly going to pay. These are the things that
All right, yes, Citizens Forum Daybreak Show on Rock City 101.9 FM this Thursday morning, looking at the advantages of having a synergy between Lagos and Ogun in terms of business and the differentials in the tax harmonization system here in Ogun State. With us is an industrialist, former chairman OGUNCCIMA, Ogun State Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Prince Bayo Kujenyo. We'll change the microphone to your side now. Let's get your comments, let's get questions for Prince Kujenyo so far on what you have heard him and any clarification you think you need or addition that is needed very quickly. That will be done within the confines of the laid down rules. One, there should be no insult or abuse on any individual or personality as you make your comments. Don't come up with claims that you cannot or that cannot be substantiated. We won't tolerate incitement, deliberate falsehood or thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Again, the guest, Prince Bayo Kujenyo, does not work for government. He's in the organized private sector, the one we call OPS. It's not an agency or agent of government in any way. Hello, good morning. Morning. Thank you, sir. Already, I'll need you to speak up further, please.
thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Alhaji Ojenka is the organized private sector not part of those? Are you not invited or consulted when such laws are made? That's the question. Hello. Hello, somebody. Good morning. You are on. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. Hmm? All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Okon. Thank you, Dr. Okon. I think you did not get me right. I have never condemned the government. I said the infrastructural developments that has happened can be visibly seen in Abeokuta, Ijebu-Ode, Shagamu. I mentioned that, and maybe you should please listen. If you cannot, Abeokuta is the seat and the capital of Ogun State, but Abeokuta is not an industrial hub of Ogun State. The industrial hub of Ogun State we are talking about is Agbara and Ota area, and the two areas have been neglected in terms of infrastructure. And I made it very clear that we cannot put all the blame on the state government, because the major road in Agbara belongs to federal government. And I also made it clear that the Agbara Igbesa Lusada road, there is an agreement, an MOU that has been signed with the state government for the construction of that road, and that they are going to tow it. These are all industrial areas.
Let's also answer Alaji Ojainka's question.
Yes, Alaji, you made mention of decision making. I don't belong to, I don't work for government. I'm not part of the decision making of government. And when government makes this decision, they have reasons why they are making such decisions, and they pass the decisions to you and me and everybody. And where we see that it's not it doesn't all go too well for us, we approach government, and in most cases they listen, and the things are resolved.
No, I think he is saying, government, do they not consult with the you people, OPS, the organized private sector, when they want to take a decision that will, decisions like that of collection of tax and return, do they not consult?
Well, when they are making new laws on such things, they invite everybody for public hearing before these laws are made. Yes, you talked about people staying on the roads. Government has said it times without number that they are not meant to be there.
They are illegal.
They are illegal, and I said it here again that they are illegal. But the issue now, where government has its own fault, is that these laws are not being enforced.
The people are still there.
The people are still there until government takes a firm decision to get the people out of the road. Then they will still be there, because they are getting free money. This money government is not going to government pocket. It's going to some few individuals pockets, and I tell you, it's huge. It's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. All right, 32120. That's the short code number. If I want to use that option, just type ROCK. You leave a space. You type your comment or question and send to 32120. The Twitter handle is also there at Rock City FM, and of course the Facebook page is also available for you to use. We take more calls before.
Good morning.
Alright, we had more calls 08098687344. Somebody is there. Good morning. Yes, sir. Good morning. Zero 909146967. Hello, good morning. Okay, don't worry, you can call back. That's a drop call. Let's add your voice to the discussion. Citizens Forum. We are looking at the tax harmonization system in Ogun State, how effective it is, its impact on industries, and the synergy that could have been or that should be between Lagos and Ogun. Hello, good morning. Okay, can we check some of the messages before the break? Okay, yeah, Mr. Kuda, can you just react to it? You have something to say?
Yes, the OPS meets regularly with government, but one thing is that we are not a union where you say you want to go on strike or aluta. We are not that. We are organized private sector. Uh, so in most cases we sympathize with government because of funds. I mean, Lagos State generates in excess of 30 billion naira every month. How much does Ogun State generate? So you cannot, and I said it clearly, the size of Lagos State cannot be compared with the size of Ogun State,
except the population.
Except the population. And when you look at how much is being generated, you look at the size of the place, you look at the development in the area. If Ogun State has that type of money, I mean, what we are talking about will be different, and then we can then say, maybe they are not doing the correct thing or they are doing the correct thing, but we cannot compare. That's just it. Thank you.
Maybe I should also ask you now. Should government, time because of all these things from 130 industries, absence of infrastructures like road, light, and so on, is it not time for government to now begin deliberately to also create another industrial outlet in the state, maybe extend to maybe the boundary between Oyo and Ogun or elsewhere?
Well, there are other places that government.
I know Shagamu is also
that
going.
Shagamu is being rapidly developed, and you could see that industries are coming up in that area. Very soon, it's going to be it will boom into another Agbara. And in Shagamu, you have Nestle is there, you have Olam is there, you have some other companies are going there. Other places are also being developed, but then you got to realize that there are certain conditions that would make industries go to certain areas. Without these conditions being there, the industries will not go there. So when those conditions are not there, you don't try and waste your time talking of. I said initially, you got to have gas pipeline there. If there is no gas pipeline, most people will not want to go because they have to generate their own electricity by themselves. And when you are generating electricity using gas and you are generating electricity using diesel, if you are using gas, you are spending less than about 30-40% as compared to
diesel.
diesel. So you want to go to where your cost would go low.
All right, at this point, we'll take the break to allow the national news to come up at 10 o'clock. After that, we'll be back. We'll still have with us our former chairman, Ogun Chamber of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Agriculture, OGUNCCIMA Prince Bayo Kujenyo, an industrialist and MD, Pyramid Bag in Agbara here in Ogun State. Stay tuned. We're talking about money, money, money on Citizens Forum Daybreak Show this morning. Those who are in it, those who are engaged in the act of industrializing the state. That's what we are looking at. Business synergy between Lagos and Ogun State, and of course, the different complaints about harmonizing the tax laws in the state. And we have with us Prince Bayo Kujenyo, who is a former chairman of OGUNCCIMA and an industrialist based in Agbara here in Ogun State. All right, we return to the telephone line. We take a couple of telephone calls. We now come to check the messages we have. Hello, hello. Good morning. 0809868744 and 0909146967. Who do we have on the line? All right, while we are waiting your call, let's check the messages, please, Tobi.
All right, let's start with the tweet. Zechariah Olubayo says the state government should embark on the construction of roads in industrial areas in the state, like Agbara. Abdul Salam says the best thing is to develop infrastructural facilities of the industrial hubs of the state, Ota and Agbara. Oluyemi Ayodele says good morning to the crew and guests. I don't have much to say. I just want to use this medium to say very big congratulations to Mrs. Joseph. May the Lord God spare your life and make you witness more of it in Jesus' name. Thank you, Oluyemi Ayodele. Keep tweeting at Rock City FM is the Twitter handle. And the short code remains
Okay,
32100.
I think we have somebody. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning. All right, thank you. Alaji Onite. You are on, Alaji Onite. Alaji Onite. All right, thank you. You made your comment. Hello, somebody. 0909146967. That's the telephone number. That's okay. The reference to Mrs. Joseph, for those who do not know, is the same kind day Joseph, wife of Tobi Joseph's birthday today. All right. Hello, somebody.
Yes, good
Morning.
morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ogun State was never a village. Okay, can you further explain that? I don't understand. Sorry, I'm not talking about my. I do not understand, and for the purpose of clarity, that's what I'm saying. Sorry, we are not campaigning for parties. We are not campaigning for parties. All right, thank you, Gafar. Thank you. The reality is, tolling is not new. It's not strange. It's happening everywhere in the world. So there's no strange thing about tolling road. Hello, morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
No, so we are sorry about that. It was due to the many contributions they had to react to. Okay, okay, we'll think about that.
All right, let's add one call. We'll go. Hello, morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. It's just my wife's birthday.
Nothing
My
is
wife's
happening. It's
birthday.
just a birthday. Your 2 minutes is counting, sir. Your name and let's go. We are looking at tax harmonization and SMEDI.
Okay,
All right,
thank
thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mm. Thank you, sir. All right, Tobi, can you add message and then we'll come to Prince Kujenyo.
All right, let's take this one. This one says, I can understand that tax should be the same all around. Many of us are still jumping tax. If tax is 1 naira per year for a person earning 100 million naira per month, people who don't want to pay would not want to pay. Before present regime, Ogun State was nowhere to be found. Senator Bukla Musu is moving Ogun State forward. I believe very soon Ogun State, by the grace of Almighty God, will get there. If past government after 1976 had been taken down stride like this, Ogun would have gone far than this. Sir, if you see any addition or subtraction, please put it in writing for the governor. Ayodo from Lega sent in that message. Let's quickly check the tweets. We have some of them trickling in. This one says, our guest has spoken well. He never said the government has never done anything with our tax. He only said it can only be seen. It can only be seen in Abeokuta, Shagamu, and Ijebu-Ode. All right, that's Burapo. Yemi Da Vinci says, I agree totally with all the submissions of Prince Kujenyo. He's been succinct and straight to the point. One can copy ideas and even culture from anywhere in the world, but one must adapt it to one's own situations and not copy the bad side of it. That is what Ogun State should be doing with respect to being adjacent to Lagos. One of my grounds with the Musa administration is what I deem is misplaced priority. And the footbridge in Eteko would have been more useful at Kara or Mowe. Road expansion, where there is no traffic, whereas Ota roads are bad, is immoral, in my own opinion. As we speak, there are a lot of uncompleted roads in the communities surrounding Lagos where any is being constructed at all. I understand many are federal roads, but building unused bridges instead of fixing these ones are illogical and immoral. All right, that's Yemi Da Vinci. You want to react, please continue.
Well, thank you very much. Someone called in to say that you cannot tow the roads. I see that person is a politician, and he cannot see beyond where he can see. All over the world, there are toll gates where all these monies are used in maintaining the roads. So saying that the roads should be done, nobody will pay for it and all that, I don't think that he is talking his own mind. And basically, if you talk to the organized private sector, it is a welcome development. And I want to quickly just react to that. Big Daddy, thank you for your comments, and Mr. Taiwo Ayobode too. Thank you. Agbara is long overdue for development, and I just want to go back a little bit. The population of Lagos is put at about 18 million. The population of Ogun State is put at about 6-7 million. If 50% of the population of Lagos pay their taxes correctly, completely, you get over 9 million people paying their taxes. If 50% of the people in Ogun pay their taxes, you get less than 3-4%, 4 million that will be paying. So you cannot be comparing the two. But at the same time, whatever monies that come in, I think should be spread evenly. We in Agbara have been completely neglected. Right now we see government is trying to put a flyover in Lusada. That's good. It's encouraging us, but we don't know how to get to that flyover because we are not seeing any movement or any activities going on the road before you get to Lusada and to that flyover. But we can still appeal to government to try and do something, even if the roads are not going to be done now. If they are just going to do some palliative, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, let's go back to the calls. 0809-868-7344. 0909-146-16. Nice.
Yes, we can hear you.
And it can never be oversaid. It can never be said that That's where the bulk of the money that is used to finance and develop Ogun State is coming from. The road from Ato to Agbara through Ibeta is a federal road. But the people there are not federal people. Unless you have a definition for federal people. The people there, the people who are there are Nigerians. That's what they are, in the list of Ogun State. And together, we have taken for putting the bridge at Ibeta Junction, that is the Uganda. And every correction is done to them as a package, not Uganda. Those who know this should correct that, the aftermarket. That place is on additional market junction. So going back to the topic, the road to the street, if they need to tow it, let them tow the road. We will pay. We will pay to go to our houses, but we need good roads. This last is fun. When I'm going to enjoy the benefits of the gifting up.
All right. Thank you, Gimarka. We are actually not. Hello, is somebody there?
Yeah, good morning, my name is
Yes, morning.
One thing I've asked me last question I wanted to ask. The guest is there has spoken well. But my question to the guest is that when this decision are taken, or before the decision is taken, something like that really have asked, are you not aware of it? People not sitting down on the same on the table before the decision was taken. Because if so, we say because Ayodo is in Africa, and whoever is coming from to come and invest in Ogun State must come to Ayodo. Is he going to invest in that Ayodo? After Ayodo, what next? Is it not Agbara? Is it not the other places? If Ayodo is okay, good looking, and where is going to invest, it's a problem. Can he invest there? If he's not having the mind of investing inside Ayodo.
All right, thank you, Kadir. Quickly, let me say this clearly. We are not looking at the Agbara Road or the construction in Abeokuta. That's not the topic. The topic is on the business, the industrial synergy that should grow between Lagos and Ogun, and the tax harmonization issue crisis therein. That's what we are looking at. Sorry, our guest has to refer to some issues to stress his point. That is why and how the Agbara Igbesa and Abeokuta bridges came to the fore. That's not the topic. I'm not saying you cannot, but emphasis is not on that topic. Let's get that clear. Hello. Morning, somebody. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Alaji Ayodo Power. Good morning, gentlemen in the house.
Good morning.
Good
sir.
morning.
Okay. Agara. There's no way we mention Agara that I will not remember it lost and industrialist from the Ghana. Yes. Alaji from Agara, we call him Alaji Agara again. Oh, people pronouncing Alaji Bodia and many others. I first yes, Agara Industrial Estate, and also have the other industrial estate like Djibouti and other industrial estate. What is happening to that estate now? The basket, the full basket of it is being neglected.
090914697.
We have more tweets. This one is from Olokode. Our governor said that Ogun State is the industrial heartbeat of Nigeria. Where are the industries? Are in those places where they are in the development? Okay, Yemi Da Vinci once again says, I agree with Prince Kujenyo that we need to toll some roads. Even the federal government is going back to tolling, especially in a business area like Agbada, where heavy-duty vehicles only can pay. I don't see the problem in that. Nigerians still wrongfully believe that Nigeria is a rich country in terms of revenue available for government. That is why they are against tolling. For a nation of 198 million people, our budget combined is not up to what some foreign companies make in a year. What's the reaction to this, Prince?
Well, thank you very much. You see, we are still developing, and our we are not all that too exposed. But for those that are exposed, they believe that we need to tow the roads, which is good. Um, we don't have to remain backward all the time. We want government to do this, we want government to do that. We also must be prepared to do certain things. If they tow the road and the roads are bad, we can then hold government responsible. But if the roads are not towed and the roads start getting bad and government says sorry, we don't have money
to maintain it.
to maintain it, then how can we now blame government? But if the roads are towed and the roads now go bad, we can then hold government responsible for, after all you are collecting toll from us. Why is the road that bad?
Now, you're actually not saying every road in the country, every road constructed should be told.
No, that's not what we are saying. But if people have to partner with government, government doesn't have enough money to do all the roads, and some people come and say, hey, we want to do this road, but how do we get our money back? I think they should be encouraged, not discouraged by saying, okay, go and spend your money to do it, and then when you do it, people will not pay. I mean, for those that feel the pinch, they are willing to pay. Alhaji
Omitogo or Ayonuga.
Ayonuga called and says that, and Prince Rafiu also says that they are ready to pay because the roads are very bad. I mean, the roads, by the time you spend, you collect, if you're a salary earner, even if you're earning 250,000 naira a month, and you are spending 30,000 40,000 naira fixing your vehicles every month. I mean, because the road is bad. If the road is good and you are spending less than 10,000 naira, I think you have some savings. So if you are going to spend, out of that savings, you are going to spend another 10 naira to pay on toll. It's better for you than for you to leave the road is bad and you you keep spending so much money. At the end of the day, your vehicle gets damaged within a short period. You have to look for money to fix it. So for those who think that they will not pay toll, I am not a politician and I don't want to go into that area, but I am a member of the organized private sector, and we believe that that is the right thing to do.
More messages?
All right. I think we'll go back to the calls while we await more of the messages.
Somebody is there already.
Hello. Yes, good morning. All right, I can be doing it. Thank you for calling. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you be doing it.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Dele. I'm calling from Ogun. Yeah. My thing is this. What is kind of thing is leave your organization and pay your rent and you federal government. And at the same time, what are your incomes for the government? Are you just bring your produce or drink or oil? Is it Baba or is it Dele? That is one. Then two, is primarily the three legal states and the state. Now,
Hello, Dema.
Hello.
right, questions. All right, I'm sure we've got those two questions. Somebody, good morning. Hello, it's your turn. Good morning. Hello, somebody is there.
Good
Good
morning, sir.
morning.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Sorry about that.
Let me start from Demola from Magbon, who was talking about the synergy between Lagos and
Stay the safe person that
state.
wants the corporate
Yes,
social responsibility.
and the thing there is that is a state to state discussion, and there isn't much the organized private sector could do about it. And I tell you one thing, there is a Lagos state is benefiting from Ogun state in terms of accommodation. For example, a lot of towns are springing up with the border areas of the two states. Many of the people work in Lagos, they live in Ogun. And Lagos state, the law says that you pay taxes where you reside, but some of them are still paying their taxes to Lagos state. This is the government now has to take action to get their money back. I am not working for government, so I don't know how they go about it. But I know that if these houses were not available in Ogun state and close to Lagos state, it will be difficult for those people living there. It means that the congestion in Lagos will be too high, will be too much. Human congestion will be too much, and Lagos might not be able to accommodate it. Um, but again, another person, Honorable Nani Wojaji, was talking about the synergy between Lagos and Ogun in terms of industrialization and all that. Uh, I want to tell you that Lagos State is not happy that the industries are coming to Ogun State because they are losing revenue. So there is no way they can cooperate with the state government to say, okay, we allow industries to go to Ogun State. That's not possible. I'm not, like I said, I don't work for government, but I'm a businessman.
Business sense,
And
yes.
from the business argument, you cannot, where you are going to make money, you can't give it to somebody else. No, it's not happening. It's not going to happen. So it's an advantage for Ogun State that yes, Lagos State doesn't have that much land. They don't have the space. Ogun State still has a lot of land. They have the space. So I mean, the industries can come in. But what we are saying is this: the industries will come in, more revenue will come to the state government. Over the period, Ogun State government had benefited immensely from its position with Lagos, and that's why their revenue has gone more than fivefold from the time this government came in to now. Before we were very far away from this. But now if you look at the results, I think Ogun State is between first and fourth or fifth in terms of revenue generation. And that's the advantage of its closeness to Lagos. The state government now generate more revenue than other states that were hitherto generating more revenue than Ogun State. But what we are saying is, yes, we have an advantage of being close to Lagos. we should make use of these advantages in various terms. The harmonization of taxes has been put in place, but it needs to be enforced by government. If it is not enforced by government, government is losing money. Whether you talk about money for the boys or money for the girls, the bottom line is that money that government is losing, the public is not benefiting from it, because the money that is going for the boys is only for the boys. It doesn't go to the common man on the streets. We need these monies for hospitals, not just for roads alone, for hospitals, for schools, for every other thing. But if these monies don't come in, how do you expect government to make the thing? But government itself must show that they are serious, and they must enforce the laws. The laws are there. It's just like looking at Nigeria and other advanced countries. Advanced countries, they have the same law as Nigeria, but they enforce it, and that's why things move on well. In Nigeria, we don't enforce it. This man says I'm a big man, that person says I'm a big man, I'm untouchable, and because of that, the common man is suffering for it. So government should enforce its tax laws, and when they enforce it, they move away the illegal toll collectors on the roads, and then businesses would rather benefit a lot from it.
Okay, let's add this ones. Adbora Paul is asking this question. Is it true that industries agreed to construct some roads and the cost will be covered by their tax for some period of time, and the state government said no?
This is not correct. The industries have not agreed to pay to contribute money to do the roads, and they will not pay tax. I mean, how do you work it out? People just sit down in the corners of their rooms and just say things that are not,
stories.
yes, things that are not correct. This is not correct, please. Thank you.
All right, let's check out the short code messages, and we may have to wrap it up there. This one says Governor Bikula Mosun should please begin to step down completely on urban development and move out to use taxpayers' revenue to do other roads in the rural communities across Ogun State. God bless Nigeria. Pastor Shalama Kidi sent in that message. Abdul Rashid Okela says, I commend the guest to the studio. If this is how the past governments have been spending the tax payers' money, I'm sure the state will not have been the same. Whether we like it or not, Governor Musa has turned Ogun State around and the fortunes of Ogun State in general. No one does it all. Can the remaining sun can still dry many clothes. So let's continue supporting this government by doing the needful. God bless Nigeria, myself, and Rock City FM. All right, that's the last message we can take. Your final submissions, Prince Kujenyo. Let's look at your final submissions vis-a-vis what should we be aiming at with what has been achieved so far. The past government and this government, which has invested a lot in infrastructure development, vis-a-vis investing in ventures that could give us a huge turnover, which people can actually say that we are becoming a more independent state from that doesn't have to go begging for allocation in the center.
Thank you very much. The government has started well on infrastructure, but subsequent governments now need to come in and develop more infrastructure in the industrial layouts. Um, in the free trade zone, for example, you have the biggest ceramic plant in Africa. They manufacture over 150,000 square meters of floor and wall tiles every day, and they are heavy. Their raw materials are heavy. Their finished products are heavy. The road has to be properly done for the goods to move easily on the roads, on that roads. Also, the biggest glass plant is coming up, flow glass is coming up in the same free trade zone. And all these are heavy investments, heavy generation, I mean, income generating ventures for government. By the time subsequent governments do spend more money on infrastructure, especially in the developing, in the industrial areas and the rural areas, you will see that a lot of income will come in to the state government, and there will be more investors coming in. And the more investors that come in, the more money that the government can have to use for other areas of development or other areas of the economy.
All right, it is on that note that we'll call it a day on the show this morning. We want to really appreciate you, Prince Kujenyo. Thank you for your submissions and thank you for traveling down
Thank you,
to Abeokuta, the state capital. Yeah, we just got this report from one of our people here in Rock City FM that an unfortunate accident happened at the mortuary, and it's the urgent attention of traffic managers. Talk about the FRSC and our trace. Please, if you're not there yet, which I think you should be, please quickly deploy your officers down to that section. And of course, we'll provide more details as we get them. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Have a wonderful day. I am Tobi Joseph.
Again, an accident occurred just some minutes ago at Yano mortuary area of the state capital. Dele Ayodo is my name. I say God bless you all. God bless Nigeria and God bless Rock City.